Close your eyes, hear the voice within calling. This heavy load got under your skin. Howling, you got the white knuckles holding on it tight, keeping your feelings bottled up inside. Heading for collision in the night. To really live, you gotta die. Breathe in, breathe out. Hey, come alive. Breathe in, breathe out. Look at the colors, colors, colors. Right. Moments pass, make this one count. Untie. You're so good at dragging yourself down. Why? Well, there ain't much time left to figure things out. Deep underneath all the laser, your doubts. There's a heart gone out of rhythm in despair. Hell underwater, fighting for it. Breathe in, breathe out. Hey, come alive. Breathe in, breathe out. Look at the colors, colors, colors around. You got the white knuckles holding on it tight, keeping your feels bottled up inside. Heading for collision in the night. To really live, you gotta die. Breathe in, breathe out. Hey, come alive. Breathe in, breathe out.
Wow, what a great audience.
Look at the colors, colors, colors.
I trust everything's going swimmingly.
Look at the colors, colors around. Look at the colors, colors, colors around. Look at the colors, colors.
What am I gonna do?
Braba. What's up, dude? What's going on,
Wow, what a great
man?
audience.
Welcome to Obe TA. Happy Monday, October 18th, 2021. If I had an air quality meter, it would probably say good. What's up, guys? Welcome to the Monday stream. Bitcoin not really doing things. You can see by the title, kind of an indecision day, right? And it literally just closed the daily candle. You can take a look at it, this guy right here. All right, so it was actually more of a doji before it closed. So it actually developed a little bit of a body. A doji being a guy that looks like this. All right, now is that sloppy? Yeah. It's sloppy, but let me actually, I always forget to turn this down. Hold on. There we go. Okay. That should be better. Is that better? Look like an off-duty cop? I might be.
Okay.
Alright, but a doji just being basically a candle that has no body. If I kind of make it a little bit better here, it would look something like this. Alright, and that's how it was looking most of the day. It did develop a body there, so kind of just a spinning top. Either way, it's an indecision candle on the day for Bitcoin. And when you get these indecision candles up at the top like this, it can be indicative of it having a reversal back to the downside, but I don't see too much as far as indicating that this thing's out of steam. It did close above. This is important. It did close above your resistance back from March 14th. So it did officially close above that level, held as support. That's a good sign. Okay. That is good. So daily looking fine, a little bit overbought on the RSI, waning a little bit on the MACD as far as momentum is concerned, but closing above that level is important. You didn't treat it as resistance, all right? There's a reason that it got barely above it, okay? And sometimes price just gets pushed that high by people really wanting this asset to work out. But it is strong, all right? And if you move over to the 4 hour, you are not bought, or overbought, I should say, on the RSI here. One thing to note, though, you do have a little bit of bearish divergence going on, okay? You've got a slightly higher high with a lower high on the RSI, all right? So nothing too concerning. If anything, as far as local price action, you might just get something like this, right? Where it just comes down, retests this zone, confirms it as support before running up. That's totally fine. It's really not a big deal, but it is something to be wary of as far as the direction that Bitcoin might go. All right, if it's showing an indecision candle, the 4 hours showing some bearish divergence, you might get a small reversal in the meantime. All right, come back down, test 60,000 as support. I think you did do that during the day. Yeah. So if we move back to this candle that just closed on the day for, today, October 18th, look, the wick just got down to about 59.8, right? Which is basically holding as 60,000. It got pushed down there. People bought it right up, pushed it right back up to close at around 62,000. Okay. So, dude, that's very good. Yo, Nick, what's going on, dude?
Okay.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Yeah, it's got like it's got a monkey hunting geese, I guess. I got it down in Maryland, OC, Maryland. I thought it was pretty cool. It's pretty cool. This video also brought to you by Voodoo Ranger. Officially sponsored, dude. Can you believe it? It's only the 5th stream I've already got a sponsor. It's crazy. All right. Yeah, man. Bitcoin looking pretty good, all right? Now, remember in the last stream, we had some pattern completion zones going on up around here, so the age-old question, is it the time to buy? It is not the time to buy, all right? It's still in its positive momentum. It's starting to fall off, if anything, right? So to buy at these levels, at levels of resistance, yes, it did just close on the day above it, which is good, and most likely will push it to the all-time high and beyond. And remember how we targeted the beyond? We go down here from the high to the low, Fibonacci levels, right? Break above the all-time high. This is where your targets will be. 127 to it, about 75,000, 80,000 on the 1414, and then about 87,000 at the 1618, all right? And that doesn't mean that it's going to just reverse there and come back down, but, you could see something like this, right? Come up to the 1272, come down, test the all-time high of 65,000 as support for the very first time. What? before running back up to the 1414, right? Sell off, maybe regard the 1272 as support at that time before getting to the 1618. Something like that, okay? You're not going to see the asset. I mean, you could, but it's rare that you'll just see it do something like that, right? Usually you'll have some selling off, some inflection points, support, resistance, right? So, yeah. But all in all, Bitcoin looking good. I would not be surprised to see it get up to the 1618 by, maybe the end of the year. These months, historically, Bitcoin has always overperformed and done well during the embers, September, October, November. It does well during the fall and winter months, historically. So hopefully it'll do it again this time. It's certainly looking good. All right.
I trust everything's going swimmingly.
Everything is going swimmingly for Bitcoin right now. All right. Let's go ahead. Let's give you guys a spin real quick. See what
Test your luck.
see what it's going to be like for you guys for the stream here. All right, let me pull up. God damn it, I always forget which button it is. It's this one. All right, let's pull it up. Who's going first? Nick, you're going to go first. I'm spinning you right now.
Test your luck.
I feel like you're going to get peasant tonight, dude. Oh, right between them, too. Dang. All right, Rob, you're up. Let's go. Let's see, Rob. Let's see it. Let's see it. Oh, same spot as Nick, dude. It's unfortunate. All right, this is for Taylor. I'm pretty sure she's in here. I'm going to give her one as well. Yeah, Nick, dude, you're a peasant. Sorry, bro. Dang, dude. Everybody is a peasant this stream. Do myself. Wouldn't be fair. Okay, get wrecked. Me. Whatever, dude. All good. Oh. There we go. All right, man. Cool. Yeah, Rob, you know what, dude? You're a peasant too, so don't even try coming in here with that. All right, but hey, that is Bitcoin, man. Looking good. Love the daily candle close above this level of resistance. It's 62,000. Fantastic. And now just kind of chilling, going sideways. All right. We're going to move on over to the total market cap here. Still doing fantastic things. These real bodies are at the highest levels they have ever been. The wick here from October 15th was the highest price that the market cap has ever gotten to at $2.606 trillion. All right. Market's getting kind of crazy, right? And there could be a pullback at this level. That's fine, man. That's expected. Okay, not overbought on the RSI, at least as the daily is concerned. The way that you could get a good look into just farther, timelines is to switch over to the daily. All right. So we switch over to the daily here. I'm sorry, the weekly. I don't know what I'm saying. The weekly. This will give you a look into like a monthly kind of time scale. All right. So each candle close being a full 7 days. That's why there are less than you would see on the daily. For example, this counts every single day gets a candle. When you're looking at the weekly, every 7 days gets a candle. So it takes much longer for these, patterns or divergence or structures, whatever, to play out. But it can give you a good idea of the longer term moves for the asset, right? And you can see right here off the bat, as far as the weekly for Bitcoin, you had this little negative piece of momentum down here at the bottom. All right, this is what, again, hidden bullish divergence, right? Continuation to the upside. And you didn't just have it on the MACD, you also had it on the RSI. We go here, lower lows on the oscillators, the MACD, moving average, convergence, divergence, and the RSI, all right? So that's it. All right, and it played out. The hidden bullish divergence started to win. You got a big bullish engulfing candle here, July 19th of 2021, and it just went from there. And that bullish engulfing candle is the signature oftentimes at levels like this, showing the hidden bullish divergence. That is the signal a lot as to when this thing will reverse and start going back up. All right, and if we go ahead, throw a Fibonacci on this in the weekly, it came right down to the 618 as well. All right. So it was down at the 618, got a bullish engulfing candle on the weekly showing hidden bullish divergence, and it's played out and it's continuing to go, and it's not overbought. All right, so it still has plenty of juice to keep going. All right, and that's where we can see this thing start to get up into same deal, right? Just like you do for Bitcoin. When it gets to its all-time highs, you start to Fibonacci level to get your targets. $3 trillion on deck. That's around the 1272. 3 trillion is probably going to be a level of resistance, just a psychological number, but good God, man. $3 trillion.
Are you not entertained?
Very nice, very nice. Okay. But, yeah, that's total market cap, man. As long as you're above this zone, which you currently are, it's good. Because same kind of deal. You could come down and back in here, retest this level from April 16th before going back up. You might just hold on to this little shoulder here as support and not get there. You might just kind of trend around here before moving up. It depends. So the positive momentum seeming to wane a little bit. So you might be losing a little bit of juice on this move. So you could see it correct a little before going, but all-time highs, dude. All-time highs. Prediction for when Bitcoin hits 70K, dude. I couldn't tell you, man. Could not tell you, dude. That's not really how it works. It's not really predicting when it's going to happen. It's just the odds that it moves in that direction, okay? When it comes to swing trading, you don't really pick dates and times as to when the asset's going to hit the price. It's just getting in at high value areas that you have a better chance of it reversing from. Whether you're shorting the asset or whether you're going long on it, whether you're buying it. But yeah, I don't really do the whole, I don't really do price predictions as far as time is concerned, right? Bitcoin looks strong. It will probably get to 70,000, but as to when, I don't know. This thing could sell off, kind of bounce around for a little while before getting up. It's hard to tell. And anybody that tells you, yeah, there you go. See, you just said it perfectly, Rob. Anybody that sits there and tells you when it's going to happen, oh, it's going to be there by, November, what do you say, 5th? So I'll be in Miami at that point. So if that happens, we're going to be balling out there. But if anybody tells you, yeah, dude, it's going to be there by November 20th based blah, 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 they're full of crap. All right. Nobody knows whether it's going to get there at all. Nobody knows that for a fact. And they definitely don't know the date that it's going to get there. So do not listen to those people. They are liars. Okay. But yeah, but the chances of it at the levels that we're seeing, okay, the price action that we're seeing, closing above resistance, the odds are good that it gets there, at least back to the all-time high. And I don't see why we don't go beyond based on, even the weekly here showing no signs really of any kind of bearish divergence or anything. No real signs of exhaustion at this point. So I don't see why not, but I can't say that it goes there by a certain date. All right, nobody can. So just to keep your ear out for those people. Elon, nice guy. Yeah, he's all right, dude. He's pretty cool.
I trust everything's going swimmingly.
Yeah, he's okay. Gets a little tired with the Doge routine, but hey, man, he's making cars and spaceships, so who am I to talk down to him,
It's good.
It's good. Crypto looking good. All right. Let's move it on to Ethereum. As we always do. We are still on the weekly. Let's move it on over to the daily. So Ethereum not looking as fortunate as Bitcoin, right? And it was, it actually closed a bearish engulfing candle on the day, down about 2.65%. Kind of confirming here. I mean, look, you just confirmed this shoulder back from September 4th really as resistance, okay? So while Bitcoin is closing above levels like this, like Bitcoin just closed right here compared to even higher levels at higher points of resistance. Ethereum couldn't even get past this shoulder here. All right, the show is still on Bitcoin. And if anything, Ethereum kind of just confirmed this as resistance, okay? So, I mean, this little shoulder could act as a level of support. Nothing really else looking left, so not very strong. Well, you got these two little humps here that it could bounce off of, right? But below that, I mean, really, it's like down to these levels. So 2,916, 3,000, Not even too much at 3,000. So Ethereum not looking as good. And you can switch over to the 4-hour to get a better idea of where it may be going in the daily. Maybe there's a little bit of an edge on the 4-hour. Not really, okay? Now, as far as hidden bullish divergence, if you can start to pivot, because you are getting a little bit of that light red right there, it's kind of busted. And the reason is that you were starting to, go back towards the positive area at this little swing, but then it just kind of started dumping again, building more. So now you have to rely on this little supply line you got going here, this trend line, which is another little fun fact. So the lines on the bottom are going to be what are called supply lines, okay? The lines on the top are demand lines. So when it gets down to these levels, supply gets absorbed, hopefully pushing the price back up, okay? And remember, with high demand and lower supply, the price rises. With more supply and less demand, the price falls. All right, but that's just a little tidbit as far as the trend lines are concerned, all right? Cool.
Come on, man.
So yeah, Ethereum not looking as good as Bitcoin. Almost somewhat developing. Now, you don't want to get too ahead of yourself, but this kind of is looking almost like a shoulder with a head here. Okay, and if it develops, get out of here. Let's say this is what you don't want to see on Ethereum. You don't want to see it get back down here, hold this level of support, come up to where that shoulder is I just drew, and do something like this. All right, that is a very bearish signal right there. And at that point, if you broke what's called the neckline here, this is a classic head and shoulders pattern. If you were to break that neckline, I mean, you're probably going down to 31.67 after that. Now, this is the daily even, so I mean, you'd probably be going down to like 3,000. Okay, at which time you would look for an edge to get in on Ethereum. Okay, that might be the golden ticket area to where you could actually get a good position on Ethereum. All right, but yeah, as of right now, just kind of confirming resistance, more downside potential on Ethereum. Okay, and if you just flip the chart, right, this looks pretty damn good. If this was right side up, right, confirming support, at low levels. If we did a Fibonacci on this, my God, you'd be confirming support at the 886, right, at a deep value area. But that's not what you're doing. Okay, let's get back into the real world here. If anything, if we go from the high to the low, you just confirmed resistance at it's like the 886, 786 of a prior level of a major inflection point, right? A major level of resistance. So Ethereum, not looking as good as Bitcoin, not looking as good. Okay, so that's Ethereum, man. All right, wait for it to sell off, develop an edge. All right, so one of the other notable gainers on the day, VRA, so Veracity. And this is the one, I actually put this one up on my Instagram, and it just happened to be one that overperformed on the day. This one was up 11% today. So you had that candle close, big green candle, cool. But yeah, Veracity. Which I had my girlfriend's father knows a guy who knows a guy who knows a guy's girlfriend, whatever. This guy recommended it to him, and it back when, I mean, it had to have been back in like March, I think, around these levels before it got crazy. It might have actually been, it was over the summer, I believe, so I think it was like July. But I don't know, I don't think he does technical analysis, but he just had a knack for picking certain things, and this was one of the ones that he picked. Now, this is a perfect example of what's called a bullish 5-0 pattern. And a bullish 5-0, or just a 5-0 pattern in general, always originates after a shark pattern, okay? So this orange harmonic here, shark, is a harmonic. You know what, Nick? You don't even know who I'm talking about, dude, all right? So why don't you stop name-dropping people when you don't even know if that's who it is? All right. Anyway. Yeah, so perfect example of a bullish 5-0. So bearish sharks turn into bullish 5-0s, all right? And remember that the shark is just an extension of Fibonacci, okay? If we go from the It's the low, XAB. Doesn't matter what the B retrace is on the shark. It could be anything. To a higher C than A, at least 113, 112, whatever. It's close enough. And then at the 886 is the pattern completion zone. From there is where you keep your eye out. Oh boy. Is where you keep your eye out for a 50% retrace from D down, okay? And if you start to pivot there, no, I wanted to do that. If you start to pivot at that level, and it makes sense, right? Because there's an inflection point back here. You had support from March 16th. You had this major valley from April 24th, regarded as resistance on June 1st, support on August 26th, right? And I do believe you have painted, this is what is called a morning star, all right? These three candles, okay? This is a three Japanese candlestick pattern, all right? This is the morning star, which is when you have big red candle, small body green, followed by a big green candle, okay? Now, the inverse of this would be the evening star, which is what you would get at the top of price action. But look, man, you had a strong, and that's a strong candle confirmation. So you had a strong bullish candle confirmation at the 50% retrace right after a shark, confirming the bullish 5-0 at major levels of support, okay, with hidden bullish divergence. Yeah, with hidden bullish divergence, okay? So, yes, I guess the cat's out of the bag. Todd, you should have bought this thing a while back, man, a while back. All right. Shoulda, coulda, woulda, all right? Captain Hindsight in here. But now it's gone, dude.
And it's gone.
All right, now is not the time to be buying it, that's for sure. But, yeah, Veracity. VRA doing very well. I mean, from that candle close July 21st, I'm pretty sure this is when I was told about it. I mean, good lord, it's up 704%. In about 3 months, 90 days. So, oh boy. And if you would have identified the bullish 5-0 pattern here at levels of support, I mean, you would have just only got 135% over the course of 20 days, right? Garbage. Ugh. 100% in 20 days. What kind of trash is this? That's terrible gains in this market, in this racket. I'm joking, by the way. Let's take a look at the weekly. Let's see if the weekly looks... I mean, the weekly's not even overbought on the RSI. Could continue. You just got a bullish engulfing candle. Well, you have 6 days to confirm that candle. The week just started, but disregard that. There's 6 days till that closes. You don't want to worry about the weekly candle close as of right now. But, I mean, you could even jump into the monthly. Why the hell not? And look how ridiculous it looks. Yeah, let me hide this real quick. Alright. I mean, it was up at the 97 on the RSI for the monthly, okay? It's a little overbought, so yeah, it could get back up there, dude. Whatever. 6 cents. Nice, nice.
Right.
Alright. But, good example of harmonics playing into other harmonics at levels of support. Showing divergence, okay, this is exactly what we look for, all right, and they can do some crazy things, okay, so that's VRA.
Are you not entertained?
Watch out, he might be watching. Yeah, he might be. I mean, yeah, at the dinner table. Brought to you by Voodoo Ranger, which is so good, by the way. And I love their commercials, dude. Their commercials are hilarious. They did one where it was like a skeleton was walking on the beach, and it was like a like an insurance commercial, almost like an Alzheimer's commercial. He was walking, like enjoying life, like he just like that medication or whatever. You know what I mean? Hilarious, very funny. All right. So yeah, VRA, one of the other overperformers, and you know how much I love talking about this asset, was actually Doge. Now, what's kind of interesting with Doge is the fact that the daily notice here, came up and just kissed the 200-day moving average before being rejected back down like a scrub. All right. So doesn't necessarily mean that Doge is bullish. It is making slightly higher lows, which is cool. But so here's a way that you can identify harmonics. Okay, look for the M type patterns. Okay, and it's always going to be, and remember, always an extension of Fibonacci. So if you just go from the low to the high, look down at the 786 and the 886. If price gets down around there, there might be a harmonic lurking somewhere, okay? So this is a good way to try and identify, or a good way how to identify harmonic patterns. Nova's fave. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Good little pupper.
I trust everything's going swimmingly.
So yeah, so you'll notice it's kind of like an M shape here, and the harmonics always start at the 786 and the 886. So now that it looks like we have an M shape going on, you could go ahead. I'll leave that there actually so you can see. So you go from where that Fibonacci was, low to the high, point B to point C, down here right around the 886, okay, and then price action reversed. All right, there was some support going on around here. Not too, I mean, really you had this swing here from July 19th, okay? So it stayed above it, which is even better. But good example of price action at the pattern completion zone of a harmonic. Okay? Now, I do like assets that are above the 200-day moving average. So you haven't closed above it since September 15th. So it's been a little while, and you just confirmed today it as some pretty obvious resistance. So if you want to see it get back above that at this point, we can make it look even a little more dramatic on the 4 hour. I was going to say maybe there was a harmonic playing out here. Maybe. Again, another M, but I think C is a little too perfect. Yeah, C is a little, it's too perfect, all right? So it won't be a harmonic because A and C are nearly identical. You need C to at least be at the 113 above for a potential shark, or it needs to be below 886 at the max to be like a bat or a crab or a butterfly, any of those guys. So not really harmonic on the 4 hour for Doge here. Nothing really implying. It's kind of just selling off here on the 4 hour. You just got a series of red candles after this big green guy. The 4 hour is above the 200-day moving average, but altcoins, they're kind of just being, they're slowly selling off, and Bitcoin is rising. And you notice that Bitcoin's dominance is also rising. So what that implies is that people are selling off some of their altcoins and possibly moving it into Bitcoin. Okay, so Bitcoin being the show right now. Once Bitcoin does its thing, because I feel like everybody's anticipating it to run. When Bitcoin gets in that mode and then finally cools off, typically profits will be taken off of Bitcoin, moved back into the altcoins. So you'll see altcoin markets always lag behind Bitcoin's runs. But I mean, dude, if you were buying Doge on Saturday Night Live, right? I mean, this is the area that you want to get it. Okay, it's doing this. Look back here. See it doing nothing. Nobody gave a crap about Doge over here. Look, it's kind of doing similar stuff over here, right? Nothing crazy, nothing exciting. Everybody's freaking out when it's doing this. But the time to get into Doge was down here when it was doing nothing. So, if you don't want to necessarily jump all in on Doge in one specific spot, I don't know, just start dollar cost average in there. Just buy it at little amounts. Layer in while it's down. Okay? If you absolutely have to have Doge. I personally think Doge is a joke. I do not like Doge, but it's a popular asset. I think it's like number 7 in the world at this point. Makes me kind of sick to my stomach, but hey. It was an overperformer today, so I wanted to throw it in there. Alright, so that's Doge. It's Doge. Alright, how's everybody doing? Anybody got anything they want me to look at? Yes, no, maybe?
It seems to be the officer problem.
Okay.
Nova likes Doge. Okay. Well then, I wanted to move on. Take a quick look. Actually, let's look at a stock. Now, this is one I talked about it before, but it had some interesting price action going on here. I just wanted to take a look at. Also to let you know what this kind of it is. Microsoft. Yeah, they made all-time highs today, didn't they? Billy Boy just rolling in the dough, huh? Wow. Okay. Yeah, they yeah, Microsoft. Cool. We'll take a look at Microsoft. Thank you, Rob. But yeah, so what is this candle close right here? This is what is called a shooting star. All right, this is typically a bearish candle. What you'll see here is that you got up to a point from this all-time high on lithium, LAC. Remember, this is what's put in electric car batteries, stuff like that. So the fundamentals on this is fantastic. I've also noticed that it seems every day is either up or down 5%. It's very strange. I'll get a notification that's always say, oh, LAC is up 5%, and then the next day it's down 5%, and then it's up 5%. A little bit weird that it always seems to be in that general area. Today it was up 13% at one point, and then just got shot back down and closed this level here, which is fine, but keep in mind this is a bearish candle close. The shooting star is not bullish. The inverse of the shooting star would be the inverted hammer, is what it was called. So the hammers are always bullish. So there's a regular hammer, which is this just right side up at the bottom, and then there's the inverted hammer, which is just an upside down hammer. Okay, and then up top, so the inverse of the hammers is the hanging man, which is the regular hammer at the top, and then the shooting star, which is the inverted hammer, but at the top. Okay. So let's take a look. Is there any real damage here? You had massive hidden bullish divergence, which played into this run. The run is not over. You got above this point with higher levels of positive momentum on the MACD, but notice down here, let me clean that part. You did not, well, you made, at least for the time being, a lower high on the RSI with a higher high in price, which is what is called Class A bearish divergence. Okay, so when you have a lower high on the oscillator, being the RSI this time, and a higher high in price, that is an indication of buyer exhaustion. All right, there's not as much momentum getting the price up here, and now you have a bearish candle close. Could signal a bit of a price sell-off or reversal back down to these levels, right? But you've got major support here at 23.58. So anything for how strong this asset has been, I would not be surprised to see this thing gain support here before moving and breaking the all-time high. All right, now you would have to come back up and break this demand line to do that, but I could see that. All right, now that's on the daily, so let's see if you have any kind of bearish divergence on the 4 hour that would bleed into it. I mean, you do a little bit locally here, right? You've got your high and then your higher high with lower levels of momentum, lower highs on the oscillator. So technically you kind of got it locally on the 4 hour, but not on the MACD, man. It blew that out of the water. So it's only on the RSI. So is that super strong as far as divergence is concerned? Not really. Nope. So LAC, been a juggernaut. Fundamentals are solid on it. Technicals aren't too bad. A little bit of bearish divergence showing itself. But again, that's, normal after big runs like that, especially in stocks. Could just come back down, confirm this level here as support before running again. All right. If it falls below that, then, you might want to watch out. Could be going down to like $20 right down in here. 2056 to test August 13th, and then this little chop zone here from like the end of September to early October. But this is strong. This right here, especially 2378, should act as a strong level of support. So if you break that, that is indicative of you going down to around $20. All right, lithium, green energy, dude, yay. Okay. Speaking of which, Tesla has also been on a pretty crazy run, approaching all-time highs, I think. If I do believe, we'll take a really quick look at it because I do think it was showing some bearish divergence or something. But yeah, all right, dude, let's take a look at Microsoft. Bill Gates, dude, total weirdo. But yeah, making all-time highs today. Just barely, but it's there. Okay. Look at this. This was the highest price. The traders had it. I think. Let me really zoom in here. Yeah, I guess here on August 20th, it got to its highest price, but never closed at it. All right. Before selling off a little bit, and then running again. Right. It's pretty. I mean, it's Microsoft, dude. It's just been an absolute juggernaut, and you can tell by this freaking. Like, look how nice this curve is. Okay, it's just been like straight. You had your COVID crash, which affected everything, right, back in March of 2020. But it just said whatever and just chugging along. Like, you don't see assets look like this too much, right? We're used to things that kind of look, I mean, Doge is extreme, but they look kind of like this, right? They got big peaks and valleys or whatever. Microsoft has been very steady as far as its run up. Okay, so not even overbought on the RSI yet. Big levels of positive momentum on the MACD. Okay, wiping out any kind of bearish divergence going on. So could just break the all-time high. As always for Microsoft, this is how you could target it. Okay, because it did confirm a break above the all-time high. So tomorrow will be interesting for Microsoft. Pay attention to it. But you could see it. I would say levels for Microsoft, 316 and 321. Okay. Now, again, I wouldn't say now's the time to buy it, but let's say it did make a run up there and then sold off and came back down to test this trend line that's been respected for so long. This is where you could potentially get an entry before it makes an even larger run, okay? And then breaks that. All right, that would be my play on Microsoft. I would put my stop loss right below the all-time high here at like $303.82. And let's just do a price target for the fun of it, all right? Let's say you wait for it to develop some hidden bullish divergence or something. Put it right below. And dang, what was our target? I would probably say my target would be the 1618. Do you have 3-to-1 odds? Yeah, you do. 3.7, all right. Now, it's Microsoft. Is this a sexy return compared to stuff that you see in crypto? No, you're risking 1.23% to get 4.56. Okay. But you could always set additional targets, right? The 2618, whoops, would probably be the next one. So you would just, again, have, and this is what you could do, right? So when it comes to setting targets here, always remember we want this 3-to-1 odds. So if it makes sense, then, you know, it makes sense to take the trade. And always use your stop losses. Never put too much of your portfolio on one thing. If you've got $1,000, don't go throw $500 on it on one asset. Right? Keep it below 10% of your total portfolio, right? The rule of thumb is 2 to 5%, but I get it. I'm realistic, okay? I'm not that boring, but keep it below 10%. Nope, come on. All right, so second target, I would say the 2618, right up around here. Now that's a little bit more attractive. That's about a 12% gain. And then from there would be the 4236. All right, that's like your last kind of, either 3618 maybe, but 4236 just being the 2618 plus the 1618. All right, that's Fibonacci. You add the prior number, you know, the 236 to the 382 gives you the 618. The 1618 to the 2618 gives you the 4236. So those would be your targets for Microsoft. And on the third target, you're risking 1% to make 26, okay? And on something like Microsoft, that might take a long time to play out. And we can go to the monthly. Oh my goodness. This thing has just been over. Wow. Wow, that's actually pretty amazing for a stock. I mean, look how consistent this has been. on the monthly, dude. It's just been like straight up been overbought since 2000. Oh, well, I mean, I guess you technically got out of it, but you've been overbought on Microsoft since April of 2019. I've actually never seen that before. Now, it's on the monthly, but I mean, do you see any bearish divergence going on here? I do not. Okay, I don't see any signs of this thing stopping, so kind of unbelievable. But that's how I would target it.
Okay.
All right, Microsoft. I mean, Bill Gates is buying up, you know, every piece of land he can find in America. He's going to be making synthetic steaks or something, right? Yeah. I don't know, man. Ever since his interview with where they were asking about Epstein and stuff, and he was like, well, he's dead, right? Well, he's dead, so I don't know. I guess I'll just be more careful. It's like, oh, God. Creepy, dude. All right. So, yeah, Microsoft, just a juggernaut of a friggin' asset, man. 10 days until it confirms a bullish engulfing candle for the month. Can you even believe it? Just staying overbought. People just continue to buy. I mean, this is in every single retirement portfolio on the planet. All right, so. But at the same time, dude, like, do you want to buy Microsoft at all-time highs? Or do you want to find assets that have sold off, accumulating, showing signs of reversing, can give you, 20% without having to wait 8 months, right? There are better assets out there. Now, as far as longevity, playing the long game, I mean, Microsoft has clearly proven to be a juggernaut as far as safety. So I'd put it in your 401k, but if I'm swing trading, Microsoft's not really going to get me the returns that I'm looking for. But it is cool to look at. All right. Throw it in your long-term portfolio and just enjoy the... I mean, what has this done over the year, right? Let's take a look. Let's take a look. Over the year, 2021, January, it was March. January, here it is. January. I mean, it's up 44% in the course of 281 days, so less than a year. 40% a year, I mean, that's for a stock that's in the S&P 500, one of the biggest companies on the planet. 40% in the course of a year is insane, okay? Not for crypto, not like Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin does 40% in its sleep. But for something like this, as far as the stock is concerned, nice, dude.
I trust everything's going swimmingly.
Are you guys having a killer time?
Nice. Okay. Cool.
It's good. It's good. It's good.
All right, let's move along here. We're gonna take a quick look at Cardano, just cause it's in the top 3, right? Cardano, very popular asset. Currently, kind of in the middle of nothing. Okay, go ahead, set up your support and resistance. Pretty easy here. You've got this big inflection point back from May 17th, and then this point here. Regarded as support August 18th, and then again on September 21st, right? You're just in the middle of it. Okay, so not really doing anything, just kind of hanging out, not showing any signs of bullish divergence, at least on the daily. Not showing anything on the 4-hour, right? There's no divergence here. This is just what's called convergence. Okay, so just moving along with the price below the 200-day moving average on the 4-hour. Way above it on the daily, but I mean, this thing could go either way. It could literally just dump down to this level to test the support again. Could just come up to test this as resistance. Okay, you don't really know. No strategic entry on Cardano, right? It could just dump, fall over, and go down to 190. Test it again, which would be a loss of about 10%. So, no edge on Cardano. You just got to kind of wait. Could see one develop soon, though. And on Cardano, I mean, this thing has really performed pretty well, all things considered. And you're going to want to wait for an edge on Cardano, okay? It's number 3 for a reason, and it can do some pretty amazing things, and its high was $3.10, dude. So if you like Cardano, you believe in Cardano, it is currently 31% off of its all-time high. And if we do a Fibonacci on this thing, it is bouncing around on the 50% retrace. This is on the, let me go to the daily actually for that. It's the same thing, but yeah, it's bouncing around on the 50% retrace. Okay, it's fine. Cool. All right. But that's Cardano. All right, nothing really to do here yet. If it's sold off down here to confirm this level of support once again, or even make a little bit lower, maybe treat this June 2nd point as support at the 618. That's what I'm talking about. And at that point, I mean, with all of this negative momentum, you would for sure be painting some Class A bullish divergence here. So Class A bullish divergence at the 618 at a point of support, what was once resistance, even back from May 10th. So May 10th and June 4th, that is exactly right down here is where I want Cardano to go. All right, that's where I want to be buying Cardano. Come down, hold this, test it, maybe come up, test it again before going nutty. Okay? Cool.
I trust everything's going swimmingly.
Are you guys having a killer time?
Nice. All right, but yeah, so that's Cardano. Let's take a quick look at Cardano there. All right, cool. What else? DOT was down. DOT was in the title. DOT is above an important point for the time being. It had its nice run, which is cool. No bearish divergence, at least on the daily or the weekly. Not enough information over here as far as if there was negative momentum. I'm sure there was, and this was just a play off of some, I'm sure, hidden bullish divergence. He definitely had on the RSI, just not shown on the MACD. And then had its run, right? But is it confirming this as resistance at this point before selling off, right? This is a strong level of support. Hopefully it can hold. Okay. So we will see on DOT, but was down on the day. I mean, it was down 2.26%. So nothing crazy going on, but it was down where there were some other performers. Had been doing very well the last few days, but, you know, just taking a quick look at it. No action to take on it. Your positive momentum is just kind of waning. We go ahead, throw this down here on the RSI as far as trend line is concerned. If this comes up and it rejects off of it again, right, then you could start to see some lower prices happening down here. And if it breaks below this, well, it needs to break below this inflection point here from September 14th. To come down to this level down here around 32.29. But again, man, that's where you want to buy assets, right? You want to buy them like here or come down and get it here, right? Before it starts showing some signs of reversing, okay? You don't buy them after huge runs at points of resistance, okay? Rule of thumb. But yeah, so that's DOT. All right. And then I had kind of a private request about Taco Bell. I had a friend who really enjoys a gordita, and apparently they're owned by this company right here, which I didn't know. I thought Taco Bell was like its own thing, but they're owned by Yum! Brands Incorporated. I literally never heard of them in my life. Something that tastes probably. There you go, dude. Yeah, man, I heard you. I heard the request, the secret request, not on stream.
Wow, what a great audience.
So yeah, Yum Brands. Let's take a look at what it's doing, okay? So you caught support at this level from May 10th. We're looking at the daily right now. You're just kind of playing off of it. The only other real area for you to get back up to is the all-time high. All right, you're above its inflection point from September 5th. Now, this is an old asset, so let me take a look here. I didn't actually... Let me go all the way back. Yeah, dang, dude. Nice. COVID crash. Taco Bell is not immune to COVID, I guess. You got to get some Yum. Yeah, Taylor, you've been investing in Yum every morning. Every Saturday morning, you try to invest some money in Yum. The chicken taco sandwich sucks, by the way. It's neither a sandwich or a taco, I've concluded. It's just garbage. It's a trash. I guess I was about to call it a sandwich, so I guess I would call it a sandwich. I guess I'd be on that team, but it's a dumpster sandwich. Yes, Nick. Yes. Gordita Crunch, dude. Those are amazing. Okay. If I got a deal where I invested in Yum Brands, I mean, it's actually at it's at pretty good levels too. It's a pretty good performer. If you invested in, let's just call it Taco Bell. If you invested in Taco Bell right after the COVID crash, you would be up about 144% over the course of 518 days, a little less than 2 years. So it's been a nice rebound, and look at where it caught support, dude. You'll just chop. Tested once here on April 23rd. Now look, we're in 2012, all right? So going way back. Regarded multiple years regarding it as resistance and support. It just went sideways for years. Look at that, right? And then it had a nice uptrend all the way till the COVID crash, and then just dumped back down to these levels where it caught support. All right. Baja Blast is the only thing edible. Dude, Baja Blast. Mountain Dew is liquid garbage. I can't do that stuff anymore, man. It makes me all acidic and just bad. Bad stuff. Now it's just Voodoo Ranger IPAs. Voodoo Ranger, sponsored. If they want to, dude, I would. I know there's not that many people in here, but Voodoo Ranger, if you're listening to this, or if there's a rep that manages to get in here somehow, I'm a big fan. Voodoo Ranger. Cool. But yeah, man, so Yum, what's it doing? It's regarding this level from 2019, okay? Was resistance in 2019, small amount of resistance also recently in May of 2021. You know what's going on here? Oh God, we got a fight in the chat. We got a fight, what's going on?
Right.
Fake news, donators digging through them, blah, blah, small portions. Okay, yeah, whatever, dude, small portions, okay. Get all that high fructose corn syrup in small doses. A small dose of high fructose corn syrup a day keeps the doctor away, alright? That's the saying, I guess. I will say, though, man, gorditas are next level. Yeah. Well, this is the company that owns Taco Bell, alright? So the more you know, you learn something new every day. But look at what it's doing, okay? And as a matter of fact, how much is this gone? Is this down at the 618? Yeah, look at that. Alright, just pay attention. Pay attention real quick, okay? How would you know when to buy Yum Brands Incorporated, okay? After, let's say it's right here. It's selling off, okay, you got a doji, confirming as a doji evening star before you got a big bearish engulfing candle, right, and the continuation down. Where do you think this thing was going to start getting support? Okay? Even on the daily. Okay? This is an obvious area of resistance. And it's even more obvious on the weekly, but you had resistance here, and then a little more locally on May 11th, you had resistance here, okay? So you have this area. Now what are we going to do? From the low to the high, as always, when this thing started making its run, you Fibonacci it, okay? Remember the areas of common reversal. The 618 being the golden retrace, okay? And where's the 618 line up? Confluence. This is what's called a confluence. High Fibonacci levels that are indicative of reversals, oftentimes at areas of support. And what was once resistance lined right up at the 618, and look at where price stalled out before trying to reverse back up. Okay, so if you're looking at Yum Brands and you wanted to buy Yum Brands, my good, I need some WD-40 for this thing already. Damn. Where to buy Yum Brands, okay, you would set up your support lines, okay, and then do the Fibonacci, the 618, you know it's a common area, and it lines right up with a point of resistance, okay? So where do you think would be a decent time to buy Yum? Right there. And look what it did. It reversed beautifully off of major hidden bullish divergence to boot. Okay, so then you move down. Is there a bullish divergence? There is bullish divergence. Look at all that negative, and it barely even got it down to this low from July 19th. All right, you not only had it on the MACD, had it on the RSI. I wish I could have seen this one. And it is, I mean, it's literally continuing to play out right now. Okay, so there's no resistance looking left. So the way that you could find points of resistance, just like on the way down, go ahead and do a Fibonacci from the high to low. Okay, this is where you could start to see some reversals at the 618 and come back down, and or a spring, right? This would be beautiful. You see a spring here, come down, test this, retest this spring, hold it as support before running up. All right. Now this is where you could start to get a bearish harmonic that would come into play. You go ahead, start at the top, come down to the bottom, and I mean, good God, let's just do, well, no, let's do a, I mean, even if there was like a crab, right? So let's say there was a crab, came back down here to test this, local from May 7th, hold that as support for point C, and then run up to the 1618 maybe, okay? Which would be the bearish, there would be a bearish crab up at this point. Or it retraces even deeper, down up to like the 786 before selling off, coming back down to hold at C. Then go into the 1618, that would be what's called a bearish butterfly. All right, 786 to the 1618, or the 1272, maybe if it was a little more shallow. But I'd probably say the 1618 if it did something like this. All right, so cool, you got a reaction low here at levels that make sense, and you could get selling off at the Fibonacci's going in the other direction to where it would come back down and retest this level and hold that support before running to all-time highs. It might just run from here on the reaction and go to all-time highs. It might. But what you really want to see this thing do is come down and do something like that. All right, that would be fantastic. All right, and then, hey, here's what you could do. All right, genius idea. Go ahead, invest in Yum Brands Incorporated at high value areas. Then when you make money, you sell the stock at your target levels and then use the money you made on their company to go buy their company's products. That's what I did on Visto. When they had all the ammo shortage and everything, I was like, you know what, dude, it's $1 a bullet. Let me just go ahead and buy the gun manufacturer's stock because it's going crazy because there's such high demand and low supply. And the profits that I made on it, I went ahead, took those profits, and then I went and bought the expensive ammo with it instead of just buying it with my own money. That's what you can do in these things, okay? So if you want to buy some gorditas and you don't want to have to spend your day job money, get it down here at the 618 at levels of support. Take a quick profit. I mean, if you would have got it down there, you'd be up about 3%. Let's say you threw, well, it depends on your portfolio size, I guess, right? So 3%, if you had $100 in there, $3. Yeah, $3 is about the price of a gordita, right? So once you had enough profit to purchase said gordita, sell the asset, profit your $4, transfer it to your bank, and in 3 days when it clears, you go buy that gordita. And guess what? Yum Brands just paid for it. Free gorditas. Life hack. Nice.
Okay.
All right. That's pretty much it, though. That's pretty much everything I had to talk about here. So unless anybody else in here has anything they want me to look at, I know I got some tacos waiting down for me, some homemade tacos. I know it's Football Monday. I got a couple fantasy players going right now, so should be a good night. That's right, Nick. That's right. You don't have to pay for gorditas anymore.
Okay.
All right, just buy the company and then use the profits to buy their product. Okay, it's like they're buying it for you.
Right.
Cool. I am a slow drunker, that's for sure. Yeah.
My man.
Are you not entertained?
All right, guys. Well, that is pretty much everything that I had yeah, I mean, that's pretty much everything I had to talk about here. So let's wrap it up. I know I've been on here for about an hour now. That's a good amount of time. About to take that on fantasy tonight. Nah, dude. No way. No way. He's only got his quarterback, and I've got 2 of his receivers on that team. So if his quarterback's throwing touchdowns, he's throwing them to my guys. Okay? You always got to be 2 steps ahead. This is chess, not checkers. Dang, dude. This mic stand is super squeaky. Ugh. All right, guys. Rob, good night. Good seeing you guys. I always appreciate you stopping by. A lot of fun hanging out with you. Hopefully some of this was helpful. Hopefully every time you come in here, there's a little bit more knowledge that gets absorbed and retained. And yeah, one day we'll be sitting around talking about high value areas to get into an asset. All right. So yeah, cool. Remember to like the video, subscribe, hit the bell notification, I think. I always forget to say that. I always forget how this YouTube stuff works. Go follow the Instagram. Go follow the Twitter. Join the Discord. Get in there. Say what's up. A bunch of educational content in there. All the harmonic patterns are in there. Candlestick patterns are in there. Explains what they are, right? A bunch of educational content. And then I'll be in there. And if you just message me and have any questions, I'll be happy to answer them. If you want to scan the markets yourself and find some stuff, post it in there. Awesome to look at. That's really the main goal of this thing, is to just build a community of people who just identify different assets and just help each other make money. That's really it. All right. Cool. All right, guys. I'm gonna get out of here. As always, remember to keep it technical. All right, guys. Peace.
Are you guys having a killer time?
That's not good enough.
I trust everything's going swimmingly. Come on, man.
$50 million?
It's good. It's good. It's good.
It seems to be the officer problem.
My man.